the abyssal interrogations.
All right, so this abyssal guy, this guy from the abyss, or guy with an abyssal name, or any kind of thing. Pax, do you have any knowledge about the planes?
I have a little bit. Let's see what I can find out. Yeah. What does that get me?
Probably a lot more than I got. With Jack and Squad.
So with a knowledge of the planes here, you will recognize that there's actually quite a number of things that this could potentially be. However, especially to take a human form and to not like come out of it after being stabbed multiple times. Honestly, now that you think about it, there's nothing that it could be like that would stay in a human form after being made unconscious.
I mean, there has to be something. This is what it is.
Some kind of abyssal human.
No, or perhaps appearances can be deceiving. Things can be moved without their will from distances.
So what kind of creature are you?
This is a human. See? And he, like, pulls his skin apart.
What kind of creature are you, not what body are you in?
What kind of creature? Wouldn't you like to know?
You said you were so transparent. Prove it.
Yes, well, you figure that out. You can't even figure out what I'm doing right now.
You're riding around in somebody else's body is what you're doing.
Ooh, you've at least got that part.
So where are you at? And we can have this conversation face to face.
Where am I at? Where am I? I'm right here.
Yeah, apparently in Blade territory.
Yes.
Or Zoe territory, I mean.
I would say that's still accurate.
Huh.
And why me?
You're asking too many questions. And again, killing you first
I'm
seemed
not
to be the
asking
most effective.
questions.
You are.
I'm looking for things.
Your group helped Blade establish. Your group helped the refugees establish a nice little survival path. I don't like when my loose ends get kept around. They were supposed to die like they're supposed to.
Then why are you
Starving
that way?
and punished for being rats.
Were you inhabiting Al?
No, Al was a free agent of sorts.
Okay, so who are you tied to then?
Why do we all have to be tied to somebody? Can't we all just be free agents operating with a common goal?
What is that
Just
common
answer
goal?
the question.
Cleaning things up with the most interesting method of cleanliness.
Assassination.
Chaos.
Are you a snake?
Damn. So this is what we need to do. We need to get this guy in a jail and make him clean the streets.
Yes, put this guy in a jail.
If we go to the Temple of Shasad, I wonder if they have some kind of magic jar or any of the many spells that remove possession.
He's just staying in this body at this point.
Perhaps I'll
He's here voluntarily.
leave if you tried something.
Leave us
like
with
that.
a corpse is what's going to happen.
Well, this guy, I have kept the guy alive, so.
Yes. But for how much longer will you keep me around?
Yeah, we need to do something to get this person unpossessed. I start smacking him. The power of Shashat compels you!
That's not
That
doing
help?
anything.
I don't think this is helping. I feel better about what's going on, but it's not really helping.
Oh, This seems to be some wrong.
And a corpse.
And where am I? Where is this? What is happening?
So you're in my bedroom. You were possessed by a spirit, and you came here to assassinate us.
What do I see with the monocle?
All the red is gone. This is entirely a gray person.
He's normal now, Meg.
Yeah, you've had quite the night, my friend. What's your name there, chum?
Are you gonna turn me in? I don't know where I am.
What were you doing last? What was the last thing you remember?
I was going to sleep in the camp.
Oh,
were
in the
the
refugee
refugees.
camp?
Yeah.
His name is Elorodo. Or Elidoro, sorry.
Dororo.
Yes.
So does he tell us his name?
Yes.
Elidoro, eh? So Elidoro, somebody's been coming into the refugee camps and I guess hitching rides on bodies and out causing perfidy. I'm guessing, and you're the latest target of that.
This is a regular ongoing thing?
We think.
We're gonna make an assumption and say yes.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
We don't
Well,
either.
We don't like it either, especially because we wanna make solve the refugee crisis.
Is there anything unusual been going on in the camps besides this?
Yeah. He craps his britches.
Not that I've seen.
Have you noticed anybody disappearing? Have you had any friends suddenly move away?
No.
Hang on. Sense motive.
Sure.
Okay.
That helps.
Nope.
Do you want me
Somebody
to give a
else?
try? Yeah. Hold on, I need to use my table here, which is, of course, the... I won't say it a fourth time.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. There's nothing inaccurate about what he's saying. It all checks out. Like, he is... Yeah.
Maybe we could disguise ourselves as refugees.
I'm gonna untie him.
Alright, he slowly stands up and winces a lot in pain, and then... My eye! Where's my eye?
I apologize for that.
Things got a little rough. The person that took your body was quite aggressive with it. Stabbing folks, and I switched to Abyssal, trying to be slick to see if I can catch him off guard. Like, blah, 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 blah.
He's totally confused by you speaking in Abyssal.
Okay, I quickly switched back. And then, you see what had happened was...
Can I leave?
Can we heal
No,
him up?
Yeah, can anybody think of any other questions?
I can't think of anything. Maybe we can escort him back to the camps, give him a little monetary compensation, and heal him. Since, I beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I'll heal him and try to perform first aid on the eye.
Okay.
So wear this patch for a little bit while I do the healing. It'll eventually set and kind of work its way out.
Okay. Yeah, his eye's not coming back unless somebody's got regeneration. Because that was a dagger through the eye. The eye is completely damaged. If this were like pried out with a spoon, maybe you could put it back into place and use a heal check, but... You basically damn this man to piracy. Da-dunch.
Can we take him to just the temple and have them regenerate it?
The temple will probably not, without a large-scale donation. Regeneration is not a very easy to cast spell.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have one eye now.
I mean, is he just gonna take me again?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Until
we
can
don't
figure
know.
This out, we don't know.
if you could take us back to where you were at the camp so we can try to do some investigating.
Sure. He will guide you guys. He's willing to guide you back to the camp.
Oh, boy. Okay, so we're back at the camp, I assume?
Yes.
And it's like the middle of the night still.
Yes.
Wait, whoa. 3 steps back. Did we wake up anybody else? Because I'm not leaving with just a punch dagger in my britches.
I like that idea, but yeah, we should probably wake up other people. Let's wake up the rest of the party!
Okay.
I'm sure they're gonna be
No!
killed.
Who's getting woken up first?
Delphine.
Zug. I want to wake up Zug because we need to start talking about the legal ramifications of what we've done.
Okay.
I believe Pax and I are next to each other. So
We
I'm gonna
can go
knock,
Delphine.
what's that?
I'm already out in the hallway with you.
Oh, okay. So we'll knock on Galphine.
Okay.
Hey, Galphine.
And Harcourt, you're getting Zug.
Galphine!
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll explain the situation to him.
It's your friends. We're going to a camp to investigate demonic possession. We need you to get in.
Can you come help?
To investigate what now?
Demonic possession.
There's been a lot going on tonight.
It's been a rough night for whatever day of the week it is.
Fine. Whatever.
Just put your clothes on.
I'll grab my stuff and meet them.
Okay.
Maybe grab a couple snacks.
All right. And
I got
Zug,
it.
you
Got
are
it
being
covered.
woken up as well by Harcourt.
Yeah, if I see it's Harcourt through the people, I'll
Yep.
go ahead and open up the door.
Okay. So Harcourt, real quick, as Zug opens up the door, you'll notice that that his room is larger. It's twice the size of everybody else's room.
Okay.
And that the floor is missing.
Am I seeing something different through the monocle? Is it
No.
just normal look?
Both your eyes see the same thing.
Is
Okay.
Tom just walking on the floor joists at this point?
No, there's like a solid stone foundation underneath the wood.
Oh.
Like the improvements, but we have an issue.
Mhm.
Somebody just attacked me in my room, and turned out to be a human being ridden by something in abyssal, and it originated back at the refugee camps, and I would like to go investigate it right now while it's still fresh.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
and by the way, I might have stabbed a guy in the eye and laid him out. So we might have legal issues later.
All right, I'll acknowledge along.
Yep. Oh
shit.
man, this
And
is
roll a massive 2.
this is a terribly complex case. Like possession has to be proven in a court, and that's very hard to prove. The guy did end up somehow in Harcourt's room. Like that can be proven through certain means. However, you would have to give information over to the guard regarding all the other stuff that you're dealing with right now, which may or may not be something that you want to do in order to prove your case is valid.
I think
Because
Steve's trying to get us to kill this NPC.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to permanently silence this man.
I somehow don't think Meg, Pax, and Galpine are going to approve of this. I'm not real hip on it. I want to kill the thing that was riding him. Because I'm fairly certain that thing is evil.
All right. I make a remark that I've seen more action in my nightgown the last couple of nights than previous months.
Action, huh?
Maybe you should have been kissing up the tack.
Nah.
okay,
I'm looking for a nice gnomish fella.
so you guys can head back to the camp.
Nothing like another midnight stroll through the finer parts of this burg.
Well, it has to be closer to morning at this point, right?
It is like it's getting there. You're not quite there though. When you arrive back at the camp, there are a number of tents which have been disturbed,
Oh.
as well as a number of guards who are standing in the camp. There's a lot of torches held high, and they look at the 5 of you as you bring back Elidoro.
Oh, goody.
Oh boy.
Is that the one?
What do you mean?
One of the guards walks up to the 5 of you and points to the persons with you. The one responsible for the
Elidoro?
murders this night.
There have been murders?
There's been murders.
Yeah, 3 in the camp.
That's awful.
This gentleman was displaced, and we were returning him to his home.
He was down with the sickness.
He's the only one missing from the camp. Everyone else is accounted for. I didn't kill anyone. Sure you didn't.
Oh, that's the best way to prove your innocence.
Yeah,
is to
you
be
left the
shot.
camp immediately after people died. We have witnesses saying they saw you leave.
As they're talking, I slide the monocle in.
The guards are normal. A lot of people are in their tents, so you get really nothing else besides the guards that are standing around. So, I mean, it looks like we got a pretty open and shut case here. Got witnesses. You're bringing him back here. He's now missing an eye. So I can only assume you had some kind of altercation with him. You got,
Yeah, but he was
got anything else
possessed
here?
by something from the abyss.
The Abyss, huh?
I think.
Yeah. The Abyss. Don't blame me. The devils made me do it.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. I
And
mean, we were just,
gonna have to give me something a little more plausible than that, guys. Come on. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to arrest you all as accessories here.
He was in my apartment.
And what was he doing in your apartment? Were you there to have tea, or
No.
at this
he
time of night,
wasn't.
maybe some drinks? Maybe that's your thing?
No, he wasn't. He was trying to kill me.
I
But it
mean,
wasn't.
all you're
but
doing
it
is making
was-
sure we prosecute this man more efficiently.
But it wasn't him.
And where's your proof?
I can't prove it.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but the justice system works in a very swift way. And unfortunately, that is dealing with him. Now, if you can get somebody from Rurik to be willing to look into the case, maybe we can get further on this. But unfortunately here, we have to handle things pretty straightforward by the book. No magic involved. It takes a special investigation to get some work done otherwise.
Well, do we get some sort of reward for catching your murderer at least?
spoken like a lawyer.
A reward?
For catching your murderer for you.
You did a good deed. There's no money in the coffers here.
Yeah, I should have figured. Stupid refugee camp.
If they had their choice, they wouldn't want to live like a refugee.
So,
Ah.
we'll take him. And if you think there's more to this than there is, then I would suggest you head on over to House Rurik and you petition for one of their inquisitors to take a look at this.
That sounds like a long process.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
Does not
if,
seem like a process. It's gonna
if what
yield
you
very
say is
much.
true and something was speaking abyssal to you or from the abyss or whatever, then you might have some leeway, but I can't be certain of that.
Ugh.
Especially because
should I
they might
knowledge
just
law
assume
to
you're
see if
making it.
it-
Yeah,
Should I knowledge law to see if this is on the the expedite or whatever?
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, that's the old one.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
So you start thinking about this, and this gets a little bit complicated because they have to prove they would have to show that somehow they communicated with something in Abyssal. So they're definitely going to want, like at this point, before they'll be willing to speak to anybody, they're going to want somebody to submit to like mind analysis, allowing somebody to share thoughts with them. So that's a rudimentary thing. If thoughts are shared, you have to be careful because they may ask more questions to get more information, and that could lead to other answers that maybe people don't want to have opened up. If they do determine, however, that the story is correct, if you're willing to share that, an inquisition can be opened up, and somebody will review the case and determine whether or not they should follow up on the lead. Abyssal is usually something like if you can prove Abyssal, there is usually good grounds for some kind of interaction or other dark tongues being spoken. There's almost always like grounds for some form of intervention from the Inquisitors. But give me do you have ranks in knowledge history?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay. Do you want to relay this information to the party?
Yeah.
Okay. So Galfine, and anybody else, who else has knowledge history here? Or I thought you had knowledge, or is it knowledge local you have on this character?
Oh, I do.
I have local.
Okay. Give me a knowledge local.
There's my knowledge history.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So, Harcourt, you would actually recognize this less, because your history information is not to this area.
Right.
But Galfine, you would remember this pretty well from what he's talking about. And I just lost my train of thought. Fuck, brain. The Abyssal thing. Oh, you remember, like, a long time ago, not really a long time ago, but there was some time ago on House Rurik, where there was an issue that was happening in Goblin territory, where a bunch of Barks were masquerading as goblins and trying to, like, create a problem in Goblin territory. They were basically murdering other goblins left and right, and somebody started to find out that these were Barks doing it. So they got an inquisition done by House Rurik. Rurik, like, was prepared to launch, like, a full-scale, war on Goblin territory. They were basically going in, they were grabbing anyone of evil alignment, interrogating them, basically when you invite an Inquisitor in, and they have a lot of leeway with the law, and they can really go kind of hardcore into kind of tearing up the territory and causing like a pretty dramatic shift. However, there was a lot of blowback from Goblin territory, and you were one of the people that were involved in that blowback. There was a large number of attempts to crack the wall right after that time. You were part of like the defense that was happening as the Goblins were declaring what House Rurik was doing like illegal and unfair. And it erupted into like a small scale war which was where you lost your friend and found yourself being exiled. And that is what a 29 gets you from a knowledge local.
I will relay all except for the part where my friend died.
Okay.
To them.
Oh, well, we do want them going really hard against the Blade territory, so.
Does anybody happen to have ranks in knowledge nobility?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Ooh.
Not really.
That's not. Okay.
There we go.
So, Zug, you realize that, or you know this from what you know about Goblin territory. Families have alliances. And you don't necessarily know who Blade's alliances are, But you know that Blade's going to have more than the goblins do. Like, the goblins have no allies. No one will ally with the goblins because the goblins shift leadership constantly. But you do know that many houses have alliances. But what you're not necessarily sure is who might have an alliance with Blade. You know of a few other alliances, and you know that those alliances would be interested in seeing Blade burn. But you're not sure who else might get drawn into this battle. It's possible there's none. But that with the 27, you're not quite sure of who Blade's alliances are, but you are definitively sure like that they've got allies, whether it be somebody's entirely allied with them, or at least to some measure of alliance. You would theorize from that, though, that it is likely that it's not Stonefist. And that is probably not Rezix or Zoe or the Dryads. But you would have plausible reason to believe there might be some groups within House Ruxpin and some groups within House Narenhawk that would want to not have a total imbalance of familial society. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, yeah, so pretty much because of the alliances, it probably wouldn't cause, like, an all-out war.
No, because of the alliances, it could cause an even greater scale war.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Like in Goblin territory, it's just Goblin versus Rurik. In Rurik versus Blade, it could be Rurik versus Blade and Narenhawk and Ruxpin. Or at least parts of Narenhawk and Ruxpin.
Oh, the
So-
complicated web that's weaved.
Alright, so, yeah, I mean, I guess I am just gonna want to try and figure out some way to maybe see what some of these alliances actually are. for
Okay.
them. So I'll need to try and figure out some way to do that.
Okay. Alright, so what is the plan with him? Do you want to try to get an Inquisitor in? Do you want to just turn him over?
Assuming you're sharing that information.
Your mic's up. Can't hear you.
Assuming he's sharing that information with us, correct?
I don't know. He did not say that part yet.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll let you know that it could cause a very large war that we should look into
Oh, Jesus,
more
Mary.
specifics before actually trying to get that started.
So we're gonna take him and book him.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, with what you said, we unfortunately can't just execute him, since there's at least some witnesses mentioning the interaction of Abyssal. We'll put it on note and we'll lock him away in the dungeons for a while. Keep in mind, though, that current policy with the current rate of arrests is he's probably only got about 2 months in the dungeon before they start, cutting down the populations.
And cleaning house.
Yep. I hate to acknowledge that that's happening, but I've seen it firsthand. It's getting to be a big problem. A lot of people ending up down there.
Why?
Been having issues keeping the peace here. There've been a lot of attacks lately.
Just
Largely-
refugee camps?
No, in a number of other places, a lot of street violence unexpectedly. It's gone up very recently, actually. I'd say in the last 6 or 7 days. But there's always been a bit of an uptick. I mean, Goblin throws people here all the time and creates all kinds of problems.
In the last 6 or 7 days, you say?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
God damn it, Teddy.
I hear him say that. Is there something you need to share with the group?
Yeah, later.
Okay.
Not right now.
Well, I'm gonna bring him in. You guys let us know if you come up with anything else that you want to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Guys, please, I didn't do this. You know I didn't do this.
Yeah, we know you didn't do it.
We know. We will see what we can do for you. We'll do it as quickly as we can.
All right, and they take him off.
This is like the fucking Brothers Karamazov of module. It's got everything going on. Now we're gonna have court scenes. Fuck.
Oh, one other thing. While we were looking around, we're gonna enter this in evidence, but since you're bringing him back and he made an attempt on you, there was a note here. He unrolls the note and shows it to you, and it says, "Leave us alone."
Where did you find the note?
Yeah.
In his tent.
In his tent. Can we look in his tent?
Um,
I mean, they're not buildings.
Since I
per
just
se.
learned the Orcish,
It-
and I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm gonna say, "Ain't that a bitch?" in Orcish.
okay. He chuckles. Yeah, I'll let you take a look, but it's got to be from a distance.
Okay.
Maybe you'll spot something I didn't.
Just
All right.
just
Hi,
open-
Hazel.
Yeah,
Just
he'll
open it up and.
open it up.
Okay, I'm leaving the monocle
Okay.
as I'm looking through.
We're
not that
gonna,
it's-
we're gonna put on our rubber gloves and not try to track on the crime scene.
No, you'll just stand a distance away and you can look in.
Da 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 da.
All right, so Harcourt, you've got the monocle on and you look on the inside.
I'm assuming I have to do that.
You don't see anything different with the monocle in. It looks like a regular tent.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I'll detect magic and look in.
Okay. So when you cast Detect Magic, you will notice there is a light remaining residue of some kind of necromancy.
Okay, I'll try and spellcraft.
Yeah, it's gonna be you're gonna need a really high check though, because it's been
I mean,
a while
I can
since
get
it's
a
been cast.
31.
Right. You could potentially get it. Oh,
28.
close. So close. But no, you realize, you do recognize that this is some sort of, like, distance manipulative magic. It's, like, maybe some kind of possession magic that's still lingering here. And the fact that it's still lingering means it's probably either reasonably powerful or cast by somebody fairly powerful. But it's the kind of magic that, this much you would actually know. Give me knowledge law real quick. I'm pretty sure you'll get this, but just to make sure.
It's illegal magic.
Yeah, it's highly illegal magic, and it would have, casting this one time would have, like, pinged against every, like, high-level magic user in the area's radar. Basically, anybody who polices magic in the area would have immediately kind of seen this happen, and you expect that it probably won't be long before there are high arcanists that are here investigating the area for what happened.
Alright, I'll let the party know. Like, they would just know the general area, they'd know...
They would have a
Come
general
into, like,
area.
this.
They wouldn't, unfortunately, they wouldn't have a definitive thing. It'll take them quite a while before they piece together what could have happened. And by then, much of the evidence might be lost, or even the guy might be killed by that point before they get to the bottom of it. But it will. It's definitely the kind of thing that you know from your legal experience, and actually, give me a. Are you relaying that to the group?
Oh, yeah. I
Okay,
was.
so Galfine, give me knowledge local. I know there's a lot of this back and forth knowledge thing, but
That's alright.
I do have knowledge local also,
okay.
So there you go.
So yeah, so between the two of you, you both recall that the last time somebody cast a spell like this, there were no further castings of the spell for a very long time. Like, any of these high-power magical spells, they're usually like one-time spells, and nobody takes extra chances at them. Because everybody's radar is basically on at this point. Everybody's like, okay, we saw one. When's the next one going to happen? So the last time it was unlikely. There was a huge investigation into it. They managed to come very close to tracking down the culprit. But many people believe that with the power of that magic, the culprit escaped the city. It is one of the few instances that you know of, Zug, and this is info Zug has, but nobody else would have from his 31. This is one of the only instances you know of somebody that they have records of, like, showing where he was, arriving there, and then finding that that he had all the things in place to have potentially broken through the barrier and gotten out of the city.
All right.
Should we share with the officer that what you spellcrafted?
Thank you for the host.
and we might want to maybe see if we can point a high arcanist in this direction of, like, some territory that we want to help.
Sounds like a decent plan enough there. Anybody else?
All I got. I can't see anything. Nothing looks unusual to me. And if things look out of place to him, that gives us more ground to help Elrod over there. Eldorado.
All right. Let's see which territory was this in?
Right now, you are in the unaligned territory.
Okay.
Basically, the refugee camp is here.
Oh, so yeah, so there's, like, no local areas that we really want to help specifically locate this. Man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We don't like none of these guys that are nearby.
All right. So it is late in the evening. Everyone is obviously very tired. For Charles, it seems like both in-game and out-of-game.
Nah, I'm fine. I'm listening. I just don't have any idea how to do that investigation that Thomas. Although I do admit to be tired. I'm thinking about setting tents on fire.
This isn't Call of Cthulhu, Charles. Don't jump to that yet. Remember, don't walk in and start firing at the NPCs. That can muck up the module pretty bad.
Okay.
All right, so you guys gonna just stay up at this point or head back to bed?
What do you guys think? Get an hour or two of sleep and then get up and start the investigation, and because we still need to find the rings of Half-Life and the gem of Irredeemable, and
I'm pretty
talk
sure
to
somehow
the,
these are all connected.
Niblin King. So,
All right.
I mean, this has got to take priority, right?
Where are we at? Physically, where are we at?
You guys are presently at the refugee camp.
Okay. If we can walk back to the apartments, and Zug, I've noticed the changes in your place. Is there anything else?
Am I not hearing anyone, or
Can you hear us?
I can only hear you?
Charles.
Charles, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Tom.
Okay.
How about me?
Hi.
James, are you talking and I'm just not hearing you?
Can you hear me now?
I think he's talking and we're not hearing.
Hello.
I'm hearing James fine.
I can
I
hear
hear
him.
him.
I'm not hearing him at all. That's weird.
Super weird.
Yeah, I could see his lips moving.
Try to mute and unmute your mic.
Okay.
No, I meant James, not you, Charles.
Okay, hang on.
That's like, unless he's really good at pantomime, in which case I'm suitably
Hello. How about
impressed.
now? How about now?
Anything now?
Testing.
No, well, I don't think he's talking right now.
He is.
No, I am talking.
Oh yeah, no, I can hear everybody but him. That's fucking
What
awesome.
the fuck? All right,
I'm
Charles.
gonna mute-
Charles, you try to disconnect and reconnect. Let's start there. No, try to in the bottom right, hit the disconnect button next to where it says video connection, And then
Okay.
hit join call once you disconnect. And let's see if that works. Okay.
Can you hear me now, Charles?
All right, I can hear you.
Okay. So you heard
Can
James?
you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
James, are you talking?
I am now. What do you want me to say? Hello?
Nothing from him.
What the
Yeah.
fuck is this Discord? Oh my god, I'm so tired of Discord errors.
I was wondering why nobody was talking this whole time. I could only hear Tom.
Wait, you can't. Can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Okay.
but mostly I was just hearing Tom.
What
Awesome.
the fuck? All right.
I mean, did you just turn his volume down super low accidentally? Like if you
Oh, right click on his picture, actually. That's a good point. Right click on his picture and see if maybe his user volume is suddenly at 0.
Huh. Weird. I didn't even know that could be done.
Yep.
Are you there, James?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, I didn't hear anything you said. Yeah, for like the last 5-6 minutes.
What the
Oh, I've been
fuck?
hearing you the whole time.
That's awesome.
God damn
I
it,
didn't even know
Discord.
these. I didn't even know they individually had.
Yeah,
volumes,
every
not
individual
like-
person has a slider, has a volume slider. It's not intuitive either, because you can inadvertently right click and be adjusting somebody else's volume slider. It's great. It's
Oh
good
my
design.
God.
That's awesome.
All
So
right.
I missed a lot.
Yeah. So James, you were saying?
Let's go back to the apartment. Zug, I'm assuming that in with the changes of your room, did something else that might be helpful for us at the moment? That might involve scrying?
Anybody around? Because this is party.
There's lots of people
exclusive
around.
info.
So you may want to have this conversation elsewhere.
Just a simple nod.
No,
is all I need.
I just have a regular nothing changed. Just follow me, guys.
Okay. I'm up for that. 'Cause my
Give me
room's probably
give me a
got
bluff
blood in
on that, by the way. I just want to see how bad that is.
it. My room's probably covered in blood, so let's go to
Oh
somebody
my
else's
God.
room.
My tastefully
Oh,
appointed
pretty good,
room
actually.
has blood on the carpet.
My
Oh.
-1 got me an 18. Very nice.
Yeah. All right, so you guys can get back to Zug's place.
Did he get blood on my carpet, Steve?
Correct.
No, because well, yes, actually, stabbing out the eye would have. It's not carpet; it's hardwood. You haven't installed any carpet.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'd like
Carpet's
to look
very
at-
expensive.
Okay, so we'll stick with the hardwood then.
Okay, you
But
can
I
get
have-
carpet if you want, but you'll have to import it from the GPPF, which means you'll have to have somebody else import it for you.
Yes, because I also cannot.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. All right.
fucking gnomes.
But yeah, when we're away from people, I'll be like, yeah, I got it. It should be pretty scry proof.
Not yet, but it will be.
Yeah, I get so pretty much.
He's got lead shielding and
Yeah, I got
blast
it.
doors.
I got it coming. I'm checking on it on the 24th.
21st. I got it on the calendar as the 21st.
Okay. Oh yeah, so the 24th is where I got to worry about something might have happened to them. Is what
Yes,
they said,
correct.
I think.
They said if they haven't reached back out to you, reach out to them by the 24th.
When you putting a Faraday cage around your room, Tom?
I don't know what that is.
Prevents things from being magnetic.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And also, if you work your technology out right, it also allows you to rewind time around you while you stay in the same fixed point in time and space.
Does a lot of magical things on the show Fringe.
It's actually one of my favorite episodes is the one where a character has built a Faraday cage into himself and keeps rewinding time to try to fix a problem. He lost his wife in an accident, and he keeps trying to rewind time to save her. And then when he
Oh my God,
realizes
that
he
was
can't,
Toby
he kills
Hunt.
himself.
That's a great fucking. That's a great episode.
Yeah, it's an
Oh
amazing
yeah,
episode.
she invented a time machine, and he was an electronic engineer and built it. Oh,
Yep.
that's a great episode. Yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
Assuming we're back at Tom's place.
yes.
So great to hear everybody.
Okay. So the problems we may be having, seeing as how we all got together 6 days ago, And I keep telling you that I'm not.
You guys all got together, by the way, like 18 days ago.
Oh, 18.
Yeah. 6 days ago was... hold on.
Our 12th day anniversary.
6 days ago was when you learned about Al and killed a bunch of Fairy.
Oh, okay, never mind then. See, I went a different direction because I forgot the timing of this.
Yeah, you, actually, 6 days from here would be you guys kill Al the next day.
Oh. Okay, so what I have to say means nothing.
I wouldn't say that. You're a valuable member of this team, Hardcore.
No, what this bit of information I was going to...
Oh, okay.
No, this is out of game.
Oh, okay.
Where my thought train was going doesn't mean anything at this point. I was going to talk about something else, and it has nothing to do with this.
The value of GURPS over as a generic system as preferred to, say, Rift?
So, we need to... 6 days ago was Al.
Yeah.
So, apparently we pissed somebody off in the demon world. And they don't like what we're looking for. I'm sorry, what I'm looking for in my shopping list. 'Cause this is the only thing I can think of, unless this has to do with the investigation with Al.
I think it has something to do with the investigation with Al and us trying to... what the guy told me in Abyss was that he wanted these activities stopped with the refugees.
Yeah, but he said something about me and tools.
Oh, he called you a tool.
He called me a tool. Oh,
Yes. Give me a sense motive.
Give you a sense mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus your performed comedy, Charles.
Doesn't matter.
Well, no, he could also botch, which I think would be interesting.
I hate these dice.
Just change them.
I hate these fucking dice. These are the worst. My physical dice are better than this. And you know how bad they are.
Did it happen or no?
No, it did not. There we go. So actually, in this case, Harcourt, you'll be able to realize that because the joke kind of lands flat, that he's trying to be silly about something.
So they didn't say you were a tool. They basically were going to use your equipment as a tool. Like they targeted you first because you were going to be the hardest for them to take out. Then they were going to take out the rest of us.
I don't have anything unusual.
You have
The only
these
thing
tools.
unusual I have is this monocle.
I don't.
Pandor's got the book. Well, I've got the bow and the arrow.
Well,
That's all I have.
I'm
Well, yeah, I
guessing
mean, the monocle probably lets you see them easier, so they wanted to stop
Well,
that.
Okay,
the
hold
other
on. Let's pause for a second. I wanna have a little out of game discussion because I think you guys are getting a little freaked out about like the bigness of this. So there odds are that like when you acquire the monocle, you were in an area that exists outside of time and space, and you know this, Harcourt, because you've been in that house before. Like you know, there's no way they saw you get given this monocle. So they're not going to know about the monocle.
Okay.
They're also, like, if something's scrying on you... Damn it, Charles.
Sorry.
If something is scrying on you, odds are, like, you might detect that. But they'd have to know, like, when to scry on you. And if they did, that's a pretty powerful spell to be casting. It's another one of those things that would blip off. And you would know this, Zug, from your earlier knowledge law. So they're probably not scrying on you in any big way. And even if they were, it would be a blip that they probably wouldn't want to put out there. If they made this very specific circumstance and they made enough minimum casualties to make sure that this person is being locked away, they're trying to kind of, there's obviously them trying to cover their bases. So I think you're thinking too big. I think you're assuming that all the plots have to be connected to each other. And out of character, I'm worried that like your in character, I'm sorry, I'm worried your out of character is bleeding a little into the in character and getting you to the point where you're thinking like this equals that.
I'm fairly certain Candor has nothing to do with this.
Right, but
at first, I might have thought that the Teddy thing had to do with this, but you said 6 days, and so that erased that concept in my head. So I'm back to this has something to do with Al.
Okay, I'm just making sure because you started making it sound like they could know about the items that you have, and that's what they were after. I didn't make myself clear, and I feel like that is important. He was talking about the fact that they assumed that Harcourt had thieves' tools on him. And so the thieves' tools, they broke in through the window. And when they broke in through the window, they were going to try to take Harcourt's thieves' tools, and then they could break into the rest of the rooms. But I think I didn't make that very clear.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it wasn't the rest of the things. He would have tried to make it clear that he was going to take the thieves' tools to get into the rest of the rooms. Because it would have done them no good to bust into your room, have to go back out a window, go up the next window, especially if the spell had a duration, because he disappeared after some number of minutes. So he only had a limited time in this form.
Okay.
So I think the 5 of you...
Communication during the interrogation.
Yeah, the 5 of you talking about that, you'd eventually get to the point where you would...
Okay.
You would understand most of that, I think is a pretty good way to wrap that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's good.
Okay, so carry on from there. Sorry.
Now we're focused. Okay, so he kept mentioning the refugees. So something we're doing with the refugees is pissing them off.
All right, and they killed three of the other refugees, right?
Well, we're feeding them and trying to home them, and this abyssal individual has a problem with House Blade.
Well, and the Vinnies took and told us that people are missing, but they're not missing. That they're being replaced with other people who aren't quite them.
So my thought of if they had to use this large like one and done spell, like and they killed these 3 people, then they came to kill us. Why did they kill those 3 people before us?
That's probably the big question, right? Yeah. I mean, is it just simply to cause terror, or is it because those individuals had important information?
Yeah, like I mean, I feel that like I said, with the spell being so huge and a one and done spell, like there has to have been something that they were able to do.
Those people didn't need to be sacrificed for the spell, right?
No, this
isn't one of those components.
So yeah, we might want to look into who those people were.
Okay.
But let's not regret, because I don't think I'm saying anything that's out of term. Demons are also assholes. So You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got to keep that front and center. They do enjoy chaos just for the sake of chaos. So I think we should investigate that. But if it turns out they're just doing it to be douchebags.
Well.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, Zach.
I mean, the whole thing where our investigation could potentially get a war started, that might be their purpose too. They might have been trying to get us to start a war.
But then why kill us?
Guys, out of character, I actually got a cold chill when you said that, Tom. Like, totally out of character. I actually got a cold chill from that whole idea. Oh, that's so shitty. Start a war. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
But it's also, the guard also mentioned the fact that there is a lot of crime increase in the poorer areas. That's where the demons are going. The street crime. It's the things that are happening to the werewolves, the refugees here, people that nobody seems to care about,
are being picked on.
Are being picked on and either used as tools or being eliminated.
Well, we care about
humanitarian issues aside at the moment.
I know what he means. It's not that we don't care about them. It's just that they're invisible people, for lack of a better term. They can.
No, I mean we need to do something about it because we do care about it.
Yes,
So-
we're going to do something about it. We're going to kick demons' ass for
No,
what
this-
they're doing.
So
I hate
that's
to
their
use this
plan.
phrase
They
in
know
here,
Zug doesn't
But
care about
marginalized community. What'd you say, Tom?
I said, so that's their plan. They know Zug doesn't care about those people, so they can get away with it.
So Zug is completely safe.
Well, it looks like we got a lot to investigate because we still have that other thing we have to do for, not to mention, I always
Okay.
have my holy orders.
Quick point.
Mhm.
Meg, can you remember the abyssal creature's full name?
I will give you the abyssal creature's full name. 1 second.
This ought to be good.
I need to.
The only
pull
names
that
longer are
up.
draconic names, and draconic names are sentences.
But you will be able to speak the word, right?
Yes, because I did ask him his name multiple times. Wow.
Hold on a
I
sec.
figure Abyssal would have the most ridiculous sort of rules. You know what I mean? For pronunciation, it would be like if you weren't born speaking Abyssal, it would be incredibly difficult to learn because of the creatures of the abyss are so chaotic. Whereas the language of devils would be incredibly easy to learn and be very exacting.
Okay. So the name spells out as this. Hold on. I need to.
Oh, I'm breaking out the notepad,
I need
Steve.
to
Hold
make
on.
sure I have this.
This is exciting.
Yeah, because you know what I want to do, right?
Some binding or?
No, the arrow.
Oh.
We know his name. We can now find him.
Scribe it, huh?
Hold on.
No, literally, because it's how I found Candor.
Oh, I see. I thought you had like a sling arrow or something. I was gonna ask how you got that shit.
The book?
I know.
Damn it. Hold on. Sorry. Keep fucking this up.
It's
I
alright.
want to be able to say it correctly. Shivabalibendilet.
That with a capital Q.
It's got every vowel but you in it.
Did you put it somewhere, Steve?
I will post it in. I'll post it in the chat, the Discord, when we're finished up here.
Okay. Alright. Oh my gosh.
So-
Actually,
so yeah.
I'll post it in the. Here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so people
Yeah.
on the stream can see it too.
So people can debate how to pronounce it. I know that guy, Shaboobadabity.
Chevy bin Dentlet.
But yeah, so I think we got like three things we could really do right now, right? Like we want to research the people or find some info on the people that it killed.
Mm-hmm.
We want to try and maybe find out more about the various alliances and what and get more details about the potential fight that would happen. And shoot this arrow at this dude.
No, I want to use it as a tracker. And much in the same way we did with Candor.
Yeah.
Or I found Candor. If we can find this guy or lead it to him, if there's some physical point we can get to him from. Because we just fire this arrow, it's going to outrun us, and then we're not going to have nothing, including an arrow. And track Chevy Bithead.
I feel like that's a bad Indian name for a car that wants to sound American. You know what I mean? But they were worried that it would not appeal if it was too American.
But yeah, so I mean, I guess we just want to sleep and do this in the afternoon, probably, because we'll be sleeping throughout the morning.
Yeah. Provided, we're not attacked in our sleep again.
Yeah.
Steve really likes preventing us from sleeping, you bastard.
I know. And it's
since now I've been stabbed. I kind of need some healing, and I definitely need some sleep.
And on a day where you guys are also at check penalties, like I throw in this additional stress for you guys.
Bastard. When Steve gets that feeling, our court needs to get healing. Oh, that's horrible.
All right, so somebody healing up Harcourt?
Yeah. Pax, you want to do it this time?
Since at this point the sun is starting to, the first sun is starting to rise.
How bad are your
wounds,
Harcourt?
to shine.
Harcourt, how bad are your wounds? Do I need moderate or light?
I've got 10 hit points.
Out of how many?
34.
Okay,
That's
do
a good
moderate.
chunk of a hit there.
Well, if somebody hadn't punched me at dinner.
Oh, snap!
All right, so game back 9. Wait, why is that? Let me make sure that's rolling correctly. Hold on a sec.
Strange and...
Seems really low. And it's not showing me what the numerical roll is, which bothers me.
Everything is said. Life could be
No, that rolled correctly. Okay.
better every day.
Yeah, so 9. It's just a low cure mod.
Oh.
He did good. He got me those graphic novels, and they were all ones I didn't have.
Nice.
I know. I usually, somehow or another, always end up with dupes.
Do you need some more?
No,
No, I mean Harcourt.
I know.
I would like some more. If I could get some more, but I don't want everybody to burn their spells just on me.
No, I mean, we're going to bed now, so we might as well use them
Well,
up.
you're going to bed. I gotta go do something else.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Can I also use my cure light then?
You can also use you can use multiple cure moderates. That only costs 3 spell points.
Yeah, it's just insane.
So yeah, you heal him again for 17.
17.
Save a point of your grits.
Okay.
You can,
Oh, that brings me full.
So of the team right now, who is going to bed and who is staying up? Because basically none of you guys have slept the entire night.
I would like to go to sleep.
Well, I've slept that little bit.
And Zug, you are presently dealing with a -2 penalty to all your checks.
Yeah, I just
From the temporal displacement that you guys had at the start of this day.
Since
Oh man.
And staying awake will cause you to take additional checks for the remainder of the day. So, who's staying up, who's not?
I'm hunkering down. I'm gonna take a nice hot bath, have a nice chamomile tea. You know what I mean?
You'll need to go somewhere to take a bath.
Do we have showers?
There is a communal shower room. Yes.
Okay, I'll go someplace to go to a bath. Why not pamper myself?
Okay.
After a shitty couple of days. Anybody else want to join me as we go to the baths?
I want to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm just going right to sleep.
Okay.
Whatever, you bastards.
Galfine?
I'm just gonna go to...
Okay.
Man. All right, well, I'm having a good time. Go ahead.
okay, I'm gonna go back to Tensy's place.
Okay. So,
See if I can.
just to check something real quick, and I'm going to jump back to you in a sec, Harcourt. Is Meg going to the public bathhouse, or is she going to a private bathhouse?
Ooh, which more do you think I have more chance of having an encounter that's going to end my life at?
I would say public.
Okay. I'm a people kind of gnome, so, I'll go to the public one.
Okay.
I'll leave all my valuables back, except for bring a couple of GPs with me.
Okay.
Do they have tea and shit there?
So while you're doing that, yeah, they have some tea actually. A few other options there. A time there is going to cost you 5 silvers.
All right.
This is a. I'm sorry, not 5 coppers, not 5 silvers, 5 coppers.
I would like to buy one of those towel things that Mike Pence's wife sells.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That shit.
No.
She sells some crap called towel charms or something like that.
Yep.
It's a real thing. Pieces of crap for your towel.
Real thing, TM.
Okay. So you can have your bath, and while you're there, give me a perception.
Ooh.
And he was never.
And Meg
She
is
was
dead.
never seen again. Yeah. On to Meg number 2.
Okay. Nope. Everything's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Meg's dead.
That was there was just a potential to gain some information while you were there at this time of day.
Damn it! What?
All right. So Harcourt, you are heading over to see Tensi.
Yes.
Okay. You can arrive there. They are just about to leave as you arrive. They're heavily geared up.
Okay. You guys on your way out, I see.
Tensi looks over at you. Yeah, somebody was on their way out in a very weird way a few nights ago.
I'm sorry I didn't explain that one to you, and I kind of like to make it up because I need a favor.
Yeah, you're really gonna make it up to me.
Yeah, I will. I promise.
You better.
But I need a favor right now.
Oh, you want to chat inside for a sec?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How private?
Just you and me for a moment. It doesn't sound super private, and we need anti-scrying, I guess.
How likely do you think that is?
I don't know. To be honest.
Come with me. Can we use the room? Vlasta turns and nods, and she takes you to down that hallway to another room that's there. Opens it up, and inside it is there's a very metallic kind of silvery sheen along the walls. And she closes the door. Before we talk about anything else, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Temporal displacement?
Where the fuck are you encountering time magic?
I happen to know a guy who kind of invented it, I think.
Well, it's the only thing. It's the only thing that anybody here could think of that would have caused you to just disappear when we were having a conversation. And she winks at you.
Honey, that wasn't a conversation.
To them, it was a conversation.
You moaning and me grunting is not a conversation.
My walls are well protected from them hearing what goes on in my room.
Anyways, besides the awkwardness, was a lovely evening, by the way.
It was.
Right
and then
up until
somebody
that moment,
vanished.
Right up until that moment. And that moment ended for me about 6 hours ago.
That's very bizarre. And
yeah. The best part is I was naked in the street when it happened, if that helps you at all.
Well.
I'm not adult enough to hear this conversation. I'm so glad.
Anyways, the long and the short of this is demons are apparently trying to murder me. And I've already had one attempt on my life tonight. And I would kind of like some place to sleep where I'm pretty sure they won't find me. And I don't think they know I'm here. I'm hoping that time disporal had something to do with that invisibility.
Well,
I really just need a place to sleep for a couple hours because I have had none in the last day or so.
Wait here. I'm gonna lock you in if that's okay.
I'm cool.
Okay. She goes to the door, opens it, and then you hear a click. And then you hear a ka-chunk. And then after about 2 or 3 minutes, you hear the ka-chunk, and then a click. Okay. If you need a place to sleep, she tosses a sleeping bag at you. Sleep in here for the night. It's the safest place I can think of for you to stay.
Coming back and get me in 8 hours.
Yep.
I'm assuming the ka-chink and the clink has got to happen again.
It will. When we let you out, you'll be fine. Your best bet is to pray that we don't die in the caves. Or in the
Please
tunnels.
Whoa! What are you going to go do?
We've been dealing with a goblin issue for a little while now. There is a bit of a second displacer beast problem that's come up there, and a few other creatures. We actually have reason to believe at this point that something is possibly either hurting them or controlling them to action. We've never seen numbers like this before.
Somebody possessing a displacer beast?
Not necessarily possessing. You know how druids do their like little friendly friend thing with other things? What are you laughing about?
Yes.
Oh, I was just thinking that the dude we were talking to who possessed people, that was the Shugget.
Oh.
Just the idea was making me laugh. Sorry.
No, that's
Damn
pretty
it,
great.
The meal got away!
I will get my meal back. No, sorry. Yes, so we've been dealing with this problem. You know how druids do their little hand wavy friendship thing with animals?
Yeah.
We think there might be something down there that can kind of do the same thing with these creatures, and might be sending them at us in waves to try to weaken the goblin territory, or at the very least maybe weaken some of us that are fighting the battle against them. They seem very territorial, like they're holding to an area, but the problem is we've been mining into that area, and we've tried to find people to discuss it with, like maybe there is somebody doing this and maybe we're treading upon their territory, but nobody's responded to any of our attempts to contact anyone down there. So we're not entirely sure. There's far too many of them. It's like someone is either gathering them or grabbing them in the night and bringing them back, like potentially resurrecting them. But that's obscene.
that's
That's absurd.
Like removing them and replacing them with somebody.
No,
like
with
them?
the displacer beasts. Like when we come back, the bodies aren't there, and we assumed goblins were eating them. But we're starting to get the idea that what if somebody else is coming up and bringing the bodies back? We started bringing the bodies out of the tunnels, and we started burning them. But displacer beast bodies don't always burn quite right. Something about like the field of displacement, so sometimes they'll just stop burning altogether. So we've been having some issues there, but the bodies do seem to disappear. But we've only started this project the last couple of days.
Lovely. Displacer beast. Territorial. Control. Alright, he is suddenly overcome with a certain urge to take and say, be safe, don't die.
We've done well so far. We don't intend to today. Besides, you owe me one.
Yeah, I know. I owe a lot of people, and right now you're on top of my list.
Good. That's where I want to be. Right on top.
Oh my!
And she turns, walks out, and locks you in the room.
I'm not adult enough for that conversation today.
All right. And that is where we will wrap up for tonight.
All right.
All of you will end up actually sleeping until the 19th.
Oh.
So, till evening, right?
Yes.
Steve's just fucking our days up. Thanks, Steve.
All right, so let's discuss some XP.
Let's.
There's good progress here. but nothing was really accomplished quite yet. So I'm going to go ahead and hand out 300 for the session. Everybody gets another 100 for killing the little thug. I'm sorry, for surviving the thug.
Everybody gets 100.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Gelfine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Zog, Gelfine.
Treated.
Love you. You're my friends.
Hey, nobody can say I didn't survive the thug.
Okay.
Thug life.
And then everybody can take 200 for role-playing. Even though some people were just falling asleep.
I was role-playing.
Yeah,
so don't even-
I was in this case talking about Whitney.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah, I'm
I know
kind
I
of
usually fall asleep.
exhausted.
You haven't had a rough week, huh?
Yeah, my back's hurting a lot. Also, we spent the whole day at Six Flags.
Oh, yeah.
There's your problem.
Yeah.
So it's
Six
essentially
Flags.
his fault.
Nope.
Do you guys go on the rides?
Yeah.
Didn't you go to Six Flags like last week too?
No.
I went on like
Last month I went to Six Flags in St. Louis. That was a disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh, I could have
Six
told you
Flags
that.
over St. Louis, kind of a crappy joint.
Yeah. They had
Is there
Batman
any-
backwards.
Ooh.
Not back.
No, not in reverse, like it's laid out in the opposite way.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
again.
lame.
Ooh, let's change the map. How are we gonna do that? Flip it over.
Is
Did
there
they
any
still have
XP?
the Anheuser Busch?
That is it for the rest of the XP.
No, for the summary.
Oh,
It's such a great
I thought I
job.
gave that out. I guess that'll be Pax and Harcourt and Meg can each take. I'm gonna give you all 50.
Yay!
Let's see,
All right. So are we on for next week?
Next week I am not available.
Okay.
answers that question.
And I think I would like to have the full party. So how about the 15th?
I am good. I will be needing the game as I will have spent my weekend in service committee meetings until Sunday. So
Oh.
the game will be a fucking welcome reprieve after that.
15th, I got nothing listed.
Okay. Oh. There you go, Charles.
Jeez, Charles.
Thanks,
What I
Charles.
do? What I do?
As you were
We're
like
getting
stretching,
naked.
your shirt was starting to come off.
Oh, sorry guys.
All right.
At least my abs are in decent shape.
All right, so we are down for next week, and we will be back on the 15th.
All
Usually
right.
when people say down for, that means something's happening.
Sorry,
Okay.
yes.
I knew where he was going.
We will not be on for the 15th. Or for the... God damn it.
Oh my lord.
All right, I might be at the point where I'm not awake enough for this anymore.
I think
So-
it's all the roller coastering, Steve. It scrambled your brain, man.
We
It's like
rode
you can go on
Batman
those
5
damn
times in a row. Like, we didn't even get back in line.
Yeah.
So.
I do not like roller coasters, and I think if I told you this, guys, but I didn't want to be afraid, so I went on 6 of them that same day, and they said I was white as a sheet and was like clearly not having a good time. And then they asked me what ride I wanted to go on, and I said I wanted to go on the Mystery Machine, and nobody wanted to go on the Mystery Machine.
I
so
remember
guess
that
I
part.
was early about that, yeah. Fucking people.
Wait,
So I
what?
closed with the macaroni and cheese.
What?
How did I end up with 12 ranks out of 10 for my skills?
What are you talking about?
Because it's roll 20.
Hold on. We'll figure that out in a sec. I'm going to wrap up the stream. So good night
Yeah,
to people on the stream.
Good night, everybody. Enjoy your 12 ranks, Misha.